All right, so we're going to look into a mirror, but this isn't just any mirror. It doesn't just reflect your image. This thing is a bridge, a wild connection between ancient magic and modern AI. You ready? Let's step on through. Okay, so take a look at this. Right off the bat, I have to tell you, this is not a photograph. And nope, it's not a painting of some place that actually exists either. What you're seeing is something else, something completely different. So, the big question is, if it's not a photograph, what are we actually looking at here? Well, the answer is pretty incredible. It connects a 500-year-old ritual with some of the most advanced technology we have today. What you're seeing is a vision, one that was rendered by an artificial intelligence. Think of it as a really educated guess at what an Aztec priest might have seen when they gazed into a portal, a gateway to a parallel spiritual world. It's basically a window into another reality, opened up by a machine. Now, to really get what this image is all about, we have to understand the tool that inspired it in the first place. So our journey here, it doesn't start with an algorithm, it starts way back with the ancient Aztecs. The actual practice has a name. It's called scrying, and it's an ancient technique you can find in cultures all over the world. It's this idea of staring into some kind of reflective surface, like a crystal ball or a bowl of water, just waiting for visions or messages to appear. The Aztecs, though, they used a very specific kind of mirror for this. So what did the Aztec priests use? Well, they had these incredible mirrors made from obsidian, that super sharp jet black volcanic glass. And believe me, these weren't for tracking your reflection. No. These were portals. Seriously. They were powerful scrying tools, thought to be a direct hotline to the god Tezcatlipoca, a pretty major deity known as the smoking mirror, who was in charge of night, destiny, even sorcery. And the whole point wasn't just to see something cool or weird. The ultimate goal, as researchers put it, was to pierce the veil of physical reality. I mean, just think about that phrase. The idea was to use this tool to literally peek into the world beyond our own. So how on earth did researchers manage to bridge 500 years of history to bring a vision like that back to life? Well, they basically had to rebuild this ancient eye from scratch, but using modern tools. And here's how they pulled it off. The whole process starts with this really poetic idea from the research team, fracturing the volcanic glass of history. And what that means is they didn't just study the artifacts. They conceptually shattered them, broke them down to understand every single facet of what they were. So how'd they do it? It basically breaks down into 4 key steps. First, they had to synthesize. That means gathering every little bit of data from the actual physical fragments of these obsidian mirrors. Next, they had to visualize, really try to imagine what the priests might have seen based on old texts and what we know about their beliefs. Then comes the crazy part, generate. They took everything, all the history, the science, even the speculation, and fed it all into an AI. And the final step? Bridge. The AI then spits out these images that literally bridge that ancient ritual with our modern tech. And here, you can see that whole transformation in action. Over on the left, you've got the raw material of history itself, the broken pieces of obsidian. And on the right, the speculative vision it gave birth to. It's like we're watching a physical relic create a digital ghost. But this whole project, it shows us something even deeper than just a cool piece of history. It really shines a light on this strange and kind of profound parallel between 2 completely different kinds of technology, separated by centuries. Just look at this breakdown. The Aztecs' medium, volcanic glass. Ours, silicone and code. Their power source was ritual and pure belief. Ours is algorithms and massive amounts of data. But check out the goal. It's almost the same. They wanted to glimpse spiritual dimensions. We want to render speculative visions. The tools are totally different, but that human desire to see beyond our own reality, man, that hasn't changed at all. So when you boil it all down, this whole thing is a bridge. It's a connection between what you could call the ritual technology of the ancient world and the equally powerful, and sometimes kind of haunting, digital visions of our own time. And that leaves us with one final kind of mind-bending thought, right? The Aztecs, they stared into polished black glass, hoping to catch a glimpse of another world. And what do? We spend almost all of our time staring into our own polished black screens. So it really makes you wonder, what other worlds are they showing us?